I'm Avon Van Hassel, and welcome to my channel. I've mostly been on Facebook and Instagram, almost exclusively. I do have some things up here on YouTube, but they don't have a lot of direction. Let's just call it that. There's a lot of ideas and asking for ideas and brainstorming, but not a lot of actual content. It occurs to me that my Facebook following of about 1,500 people hasn't had a formal introduction to me in a while, so I thought this would actually be a really good opportunity to explain who I am, what I can offer, and what you can expect on this channel, hopefully, if I manage to keep it going, which, let's hope. As I said, my name is Avon Van Hassel. I'm a self-published author. I have 3 books: Magic Beans, Golden, and Siren Song. I'm also really super low budget, so every time I touch my little desk, my gooseneck phone holder thing swings wildly. So anyway, so I thought this would be a good opportunity to formally introduce myself. I come from a family of storytellers. Pretty much everyone in my family is fascinated by history, either as a hobby or actually mostly as a hobby, but there are a lot of people who do actually use it professionally. I come from a family of storytellers. Everyone in my family loves to tell a good story. We love to hear a good story. We love to tell a good story. So we all love literature. So it really came naturally to me to become a storyteller and try to take it full time. Academically, I have a degree in anthropology, and I also have a degree in archaeology from Cardiff University. So research is really my thing. So I feel like the creative aspect of writing really is sort of a vehicle for research. I research every aspect. Obviously, history is my greatest love, but I research structure. I research form and format. I research character development. I research anything I can get my hands on to make my writing better is something that's going to fascinate me. And lately, I've been researching YouTube. So I'm hoping that this is something that it can all come together and it'll work well. That's my plan. In October, I co-hosted the Rough Start virtual writing workshop with a friend of mine, and I found that I didn't hate it as much as I thought I would. So that's what kind of gave me the push to actually do YouTube, because I actually had to do some videos for YouTube because the platform we were working through didn't really support what I wanted to do. So I had to sort of learn how to film myself properly, how to edit, I had to learn YouTube on the fly. So I figured I might as well not let those skills go stagnant. So I showed you before my 3 published books. I will show you again. And here they are again. These 3 are the beginning of an ongoing series called the Bean Cellar Saga, which follows the adventures of the man who sold Jack the magic beans that grew into the beanstalk. It's also the story of his partner, Sulot, and the stories of an extended, diverse, and complex cast of characters, mostly fairy tale characters. Some of them are more than one character at once, but also a few original characters here and there to sort of flesh the world out. The setting is based on England in the 1790s, so there's quite a lot of history and real life history involved. But it's more of a historical fantasy, so there's a lot of history detail, but there's also a lot of fantasy races like giants and mermaids. There are dragons. So it's a lot of fun in that I get to be nerdy about history, but I also get to be creative and expand on the fairy tale universes and try to flesh them out a bit more. Because I do have some anxiety and regret about paperbacks, $1 from the sale of every paperback goes to One Tree Planted, which is a charity that aids in reforestation efforts all over the world. And on a sad note, Siren Song was published on the same day of the George Floyd killing that happened in May. So from now until May 25th, which is the anniversary, a portion of all of the sales of Siren Song go to charities that help in ending police brutality. My plan for my channel is to share with you what I have learned about storytelling, and also to do a little storytelling. Um, I don't profess to have any advice or any tips and tricks or workarounds or whatever that nobody else has. I don't profess to be an expert in the field. I do have, obviously, 3 published books under my belt and a number of free short stories available on my website, avonvanhassel.com. But the thing about creative writing is that it's so subjective, right? So it's not my way or the highway, you know what I mean? I don't have all the answers. I just have some ideas. And one thing that the workshop I did in October showed me was that I think there's a gap in the way we handle things like creative writing as a society and in education, because I was really worried about my curriculum when I was teaching those classes, because I thought a lot of things, even though it was intended to take people from the conception of an idea through to the end of the first draft, I was worried that the things I was telling them were too basic, were too almost condescending. I was afraid about some things, but I don't know where the baseline is for a lot of people. And it turned out that there were a lot of basic areas that I thought were obvious that turned out to be things that were really helpful. So it got me thinking about, maybe there is this gap, and maybe there is a way to help people. I know I personally, I need a bit of structure. I need someone to hold my hand sometimes and tell me, do this, don't do that, or at least, have you considered this, and why have you chosen to do that? So it helps to have that extra little bit of something instead of just handing me a blank sheet of paper and saying, go, because I can't do that. I can't do that. So my purpose here is storytelling of a number of varieties. I'm planning to cover three main areas. Sometimes I'll do other things, but my 3 main areas, the main one is going to be writing tips and tricks, wisdom that I have gained over the years, my way of doing things, just as an idea, just as an example, or things to consider in your own writing. But also, I'm planning on doing every once in a while a little history story time, visiting some historical events or trends, or just little trivia here and there that I think might be interesting for you guys. And lastly, I'm thinking of doing book reviews, because there's so much good storytelling out there that it might be fun to take a step back from my work or your work or real life and just see what there is that's out there to be enjoyed, and maybe throw some recommendations your way. So that's it for the About Me. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for following me on Facebook if you do, following me on Instagram if you do. It feels really weird to say, but please like and subscribe. See you guys next week. Bye.